the history and like what side, like if you're on the opposite side of whatever side I'm on, then you know you were in the wrong at that point. And you just like no one.
You just don't accept
like,
it.
The media is not on our side, so they're not the ones bringing it up. Like imagine if we claimed something and it got just completely debunked like that, all over the news for years.
Back to the Rift Unscripted, episode 34. We got it. Yeah. 34. Episode 34. It is September 11th.
Woo!
Woo! I don't know if that takes a cheer.
Never forget.
You caught me off guard with the cheer. Like, are we supposed to cheer for that? You know, I don't know if it's calls for cheer. Calls for never forget. All right, never forget. Man, but it's getting harder and harder to forget, I think, which you're not supposed to ever forget. But there's more and more stuff popping up about 9/11 that I think calls for us to maybe like I think some people want to forget, you know? You know what I'm saying? It starts getting fishy around here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because there's a lot of stuff around that, you know, I mean, obviously there's conspiracy theories, right? And there's crazy far-fetched conspiracy theories. Like I don't know, was it a believer? Is that a word for it? I like to use critical thinking skills, right, with everything that I do. Okay, and so a lot of the stuff that I hear, conspiracy-wise, typically isn't, like, it doesn't come out to be actual conspiracy, right? Like, some stuff goes above the edge, and what do they call that? Whitewashing? Is that what they do? Or scrubbing or something?
It's whitewashing is like if a black baby got adopted by a white family and then he acts white.
Oh.
Like he's whitewashed. I don't know what word you're referring to, but it's not whitewash.
No, there's something where there is something that's real, like something that actually like aliens, for instance, right? Say aliens are real. Aliens, now the government starts to throw on maybe gaslighting. Is that the word?
I have to know what you're talking about first, too.
Okay, so say aliens are real, right? Someone saw an alien. Now, they don't want the world to go all in panic. They don't want the country to go in panic. So what they'll do is they'll throw in a crazy person, some schizophrenic, and to say like, hey, aliens are real, and so is cows getting abducted by aliens with, you know, this purple beam that comes out and abducts you as well. And so then, and some crazy person saying this. Yeah. And the government implanted that guy. So then you're like, wait, are aliens real? Because that crazy person's saying it, but then this legit guy's saying it. So like, and then they throw in another crazy person. So another two crazy people. So now they're like, okay, they're not real. Now only crazy people talk about this guy must be crazy.
I mean, it's definitely like a form of gaslighting, but it's also a lot worse than gaslighting.
Yeah, there's another word for it. Thought it was whitewashing, but obviously not. So what my point is that a lot of these conspiracy theories have a root of truth.
That's what,
you know?
There's a big handful of conspiracy theories that, like, it's only a conspiracy theory until it's proven true.
But it's proven true.
It's a fact.
It's fact.
Which is a lot of stuff. I mean,
it is. A lot of stuff's come true. Look at C-19.
Yeah, we don't have to bring this one up, but that's like the biggest one. Even like
you get the jab.
Watch like old clips of like Joe Rogan or what's the comedian that's been on Joe Rogan that just says like most outlandish stuff?
Tim Dillon?
No, he's like real deep voice.
Joey Diaz?
No.
Alex.
Oh my gosh, I don't remember his name, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they all know.
Yeah.
Put it in the cut. It's Alex Dunn or something like that.
That's gonna bother me not knowing his name, but he made jokes about like that real big school shooting. I don't remember what the school shooting was. That's like, but he, like,
Columbine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
Yeah, Alex Jones. Like,
I knew it
stuff he said about it.
Yeah.
Guaranteed, people would be like, "Oh yeah, he's like this conspiracy theory," even though it's like been proven true now. Like they just like refuse to accept what happened.
They refuse. Yeah, they do. And not only do they refuse, I think they're refusing to accept what happened because they probably have a little part in it, right?
Well, no, that's what they know. Like,
yeah,
if they see like looking at the history and like what side, like if you're on the opposite side of whatever side I'm on, then you know you were in the wrong at that point. And you just like no one.
You just don't accept
it.
Like,
the media is not on our side, so they're not the ones bringing it up. Like imagine if we claimed something and it got just completely debunked like that all over the news for years.
Yeah, because they run the news, and the news runs like society, and so they get to control that narrative, right? Alex Jones, I think he's only on Rumble now. It's the only place you can see him. Like we're probably like that's what I said before we started talking about this episode. I was like, well, no, it's probably not going to be many people see this episode. Which I mean, okay, cool. It's probably not many either. But if you guys are here, thank you very much. Hit that like button, by the way. So we know that you like episodes like this, because otherwise we won't talk about it, so we can get views, more people. But if you like us being authentic, like talking about real stuff, hit that like button because we like it too. But Alex Jones, I mean, he's authentic, but he's also banned on everything. Homie can't even, he can get on Rumble, and that's it.
But he's authentic, but he's also over the top authentic.
He's authentic, and sometimes that's what I said. It's when you throw in a crazy person, they like say this stuff, and it's like, well, wait a minute, is it real or not? Because that's the thing about him, is he goes over the top, where some stuff he says is true, but then some stuff he says that is true, but he over exaggerates it to try to get more clicks, right? It's still true in the root, but he over exaggerates it to where it's like, well, is it really true now? Like,
the same thing as Andrew Tate. I mean, you say that you believe,
95% of the stuff.
You have to make it over the top
to
get views and clicks and get people to remember your name. So,
that's it.
But like for that, like that one, for instance, the whole C-19 thing, like I wouldn't call it conspiracy theory anymore.
Yeah.
Is there any current conspiracy theories that you're kind of a believer in? You're like, I don't know, that could be true.
Vegan. That's a strong one. That's a strong one that I think veganism is promoted. Do you know this? I mean, this is gonna be toast. The New World Order. Have you heard of that?
I mean, I always hear like New World or New Order, but I don't know what.
This guy that it's an organization, and a bunch of elites, like Mark Zuckerberg's on it. Elon Musk actually denied it. There's Bill Gates. There's a lot of guys who are on this New World Order. It's like it's supposed to be like a global government, like globalization, right? Is what they're trying to do, and they're trying to promote these ideas that are supposed to be better for society, but it's also limiting your freedoms and limiting what you can do, because it's a New World Order. So they're like, oh, we're gonna make the globe better, but you got to follow these rules to make it better. Well, then it limits your freedoms, and in America, in the United States, we live by a certain amount of freedom. So one of them is including, like, because obviously there's starving children, right? There's starving people. People are dying all over the world because they don't have food. So if everyone on the globe was eating meats, everyone would starve, right? Because there's not enough meats that's sustainable, that is allowed to feed every human on Earth, right? So people have to eat plants, right? They have to eat insects. And this is specifically what they talk about in the New World Order, is the fact that they're getting, that's Beyond Meat Burger, right? That whole thing, like synthetic meats being created in a lab to feed more people, because meats are not sustainable. But it's like, say carrying capacity of the world is 8 billion people, right? It's not, but let's just say it is, right? In this hypothetical, 8 billion people. 8 billion people live till 50 years old. That's the life expectancy of the whole world. Let's say that, right? 8 billion people live to 50 years old. And you get freedom, you get to do what you want, you get to eat meat, you get to do everything, and you're cool, right? Or now you have the life expectancy of, say, 80 years, and the carrying capacity now is 10 billion people, or say 16 billion people, right? We'll double it. 16 billion people, and now let's just say, okay, it's 100, right? We'll double it. Double both of them. 100 years, 16 billion people. But now you don't have any freedoms. Now you got to live those extra 50 years without being able to eat what you want. You got to eat insects. You got to live in a cubicle.
So
you got to follow the rules.
You actually think that if we implemented what they're saying, it would
grow
to live longer? Because I don't think so.
I think us, no. Africans who are starving to death, yes. I'm saying the average of the global population, the life expectancy will go up, but the Americans who have money and have freedom will go down.
Oh, so.
See what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. So I don't think you. Because I
They're
didn't
not-
know you're talking about like them feeding everybody in Africa and all that.
No, yeah. So that's what it is. The New World Order is a globalization of the world, right? Where everyone gets everything equal, right? It's like communism. Communism promotes everybody is all equal because they're all human beings and we all deserve the same amount of stuff.
So that's conspiracy. That's the conspiracy theory. Is like they're making this new world
The
order.
conspiracy
Is that
theory
what you're doing
and C-19 was the starting of that breaking down of society so that this new world order can be created. So then there's globalization on the world. And so this, once again, it's conspiracy theory, but then it lines up with society, the things that are promoted, like why these things are being restricted. Guns, for instance, right? That is going to be restricted because what do guns do? Guns come down to the ultimate thing that human beings fear, which is their life being lost or being taken away from them, right? That's what human beings fear. And gun is that. It's black and white, right? It's like your life is here or it's gone in one aimless act, right? It's done. And so
You kind of got to aim.
that's
Kinda like
facts.
an aimed act.
There's an aimed act. All right, in one aimed act, it's done. Right, and so the gun then being restricted, now they can then implement rules to take away your freedoms, right? Because now it's like, well, you got to fight and you got to fist fight, and now the government can have guns, so now they can use that aimed act to take away your life. So now you comply. Now you do what they tell you to do. Whereas right now we have guns, so if the government tells us what to do and we really don't want to, then we can fight back.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what. Just going back to the whole like the vegan thing in general, like at first, like so people who don't watch us a lot, Jake's got this unspoken beef with vegans. No pun intended, beef, but
It wasn't pun intended.
okay, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it
But
was.
anyways, he's got this beef with vegans, and I think it's more you have beef with the ideology of veganism because, like the Paul Saladino guy, the
Yeah.
nutrient stuff, he talks about all that stuff.
Yeah.
I saw a clip of him, and he's like, I'm happy when I see vegans. He's like, because I know that they made a conscious decision to like restrict their diet to like be better. He's like, now that's the first step, and the next step is having the knowledge to make the right step. So he's like, anybody that's a vegan, they're at least making an effort to
Thinking.
Yeah, they're at least making an effort to like better their diet. Because anybody that's a vegan, not anybody, like maybe the New World Order, like those people, but like people like just a normal civilian who's a vegan, they believe they're doing good. So like when I see a vegan, like I don't think like, oh, you're a piece of shit. I'm like, at least they're like they're thinking
I think
about
they're
their diet, but
ignorant.
they just need to have the right information.
Correct. I think they're ignorant and they don't have the right information because the right information is not being promoted. Because, for instance, this video where we promote destruction of veganism and eating meats is not going to get amplified as much as if we said, go eat insects and go eat vegetables, because there is an higher power that is controlling all of this, right? Zuckerberg is on the New World Order. This is being, I guess this is going to be on YouTube. But I can imagine there's some people on YouTube who are in that as well, right? And so now it doesn't get promoted. Now people don't see that. Now they're ignorant. Now they make the wrong decisions. And now, yes, they're thinking, would you say consciously about what they're trying to choose. They're thinking consciously of it, but the thoughts and things that they're getting are not, like you said, they're not getting the right information. Yeah. And so are they really thinking consciously of it? No, they're not, because you got to go get the actual information to then think and make a most educated decision. Yeah,
it's almost like you can go so deep with it, like you can almost compare it to like two countries going to war, like with the left and right at some points.
Yeah.
Like whenever we're going to war with whoever,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter who it is.
Okay.
The other side, they think they're in the right. So like when they think of us, they're like, oh, all those people, like they're doing, like they're so evil, all this stuff. Like
So
that's exactly what the vegans think of us. Like they're so, I don't even want to say brainwashed, because to them we're brainwashed.
yeah.
So like to them they're like, oh, these guys are all evil. The same thing we're saying about them. So, like, can you blame them when that's the information they're receiving?
No.
From their
No,
higher
no,
ups,
no.
I guess. Like,
No, and so I don't have. You said I have unspoken beef about vegans.
that's why I said it's more the ideology of vegan.
It's the ideology. It's the I am a vegan, right? I am white. I am black. I am carnivore, right? When you put these ideologies on yourself and now your ideas are yourself, that is what I have an issue with, right? We're all human beings. We all have this conscious brain. We're put on earth by a higher power, right? And we all watch the same sunrise and the same sunset. There's no difference between me, you, or anyone else. You put labels on yourself, these ideologies on yourself that then put you in categories and put you in tribes and then make you fight against each other and divide each other. Where in the end, we're all human beings, right? This is a strong point in Stoicism. Stoicism, have you ever heard of, there's a word Stoics made that they created. I think it's not globalization because they're just talking about globalization. It's the word, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it's a word that unites all, it's basically says we are all one. We are all human beings, right?
Unity.
No, it's not unity. It's like civilian, but it's not civilian. It's something like that.
No.
Civilization, maybe? Maybe it's civilization.
I think unity works.
Whatever. Basically, it's saying that we're all human beings, right? And there's no difference between you, me, or anyone else on this earth, right? We all have our own thoughts, our own ideas, our own brains to think because we're human beings. We should have critical thinking skills, but that doesn't mean that we're any different. Just because we put these labels on ourselves doesn't mean that one person's better than the other, right?
I get more girls, like I'm not better than you. Like,
Exactly. Just because Parker pulls more bitches doesn't mean that he's different than me, right? We're all humans. Once again, we all watch the same sunset, the same sunrise, right? We're on this earth together, and we honestly should all work together to better it and go take on new earths and go try to explore and expand our thoughts and minds. And, like, that's what we're supposed to do as humans, is just, like, as a society or as a species, expand, grow, explore. And unfortunately, what some people think is that humans were meant to be on here to conquer, right? To overtake other tribes and other ideologies and others, and then get there and put their own ideas in and invoke their own ways, right? And this is almost selfish to think this way because, let's say I want to promote meat and I think it's best for the world to do. If I do that, now I'm affecting other people's lives, and now we're divided, right? We're fighting against each other when it should be like, okay, I understand where you're coming from. You can live your life the way it is. Let's just go work to expand our consciousness and, like, grow our mind and grow and develop more.
yeah, and like at the same time, like, because I was about to say, like, we could just allow, like if a vegan wants to be vegan, cool. Like, I don't care. Like,
Freedom.
do your thing.
Right?
So I was like, why don't we just do that? Which we're in the whole, like, we're one society, but it almost makes me salty towards that side again because we don't go into vegan restaurants and throw a fit. They go into barbecue places and throw a fit. Like,
Okay.
I don't know, dude. It's hard for me to take the high road whenever I start thinking, but whatever, you know.
Nah. I mean, in the end, it comes down to we're all, like I said, we're all human beings, right? We all have our own things. I'm a big proponent in freedoms and allowing as much as that is available to function in society, to grow as a population. I want that to be the best. And that's why I think in the end, artificial intelligence is probably going to take over and probably just going to say, yeah, we don't need these humans anymore. They're crazy. They're tribal. And then eventually will be deleted. It will be surpassed and evolve into this artificial intelligence.
I'm ready to have, like, digital food. Like, just plug in a USB and I'm full.
It's like that Plankton episode or the SpongeBob episode where Plankton, like, synthesizes food.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So, it was a little deep dive into some conspiracy theories. What do you guys think? And figure out what that word is. I'm telling you, it's a Stoic word. I think it's civilization, but I don't know. It's something like that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're here every Monday and Friday giving you guys content Hope you enjoyed it. Have a fantastic rest of your day today. Take it easy. Catch you in the next one. Peace.